name is Leroy Blevins. Welcome to Mysteries and Histories. In this episode here, what I'm going to do is we're going to talk about the dog man in the JFK assassination. Now, as everybody knows, in my research, I look for answers and I look for facts. And anything that's false claims, I'll also show as well, because that's what a researcher does. So, when I was doing my research and investigation in the JFK assassination, one of the claims I went over was the so-called dog man. Now, the dog man came from this image here, which I'm going to zoom in. Watch my cursor; it's in this location here. This is what they claim is a dog man, which they claim this might have been one of the assassins in the JFK assassination that took the fatal headshot or took a frontal shot to JFK. Now, this is the only thing that they have to show for that so-called gunman or dog man is this image here. This colorized image, I colorize the images. Like I said, in my research, I colorize all the images. So in my investigation, what I did was I look at facts first. I look at all the facts. Betzner took his image in this location right around here. Okay, and then we have the Mormon photo that was taken in this location here, and we look at these views. Now, like I said, we have to look at this as well because we got to see which angles that they was taking these images from. Now, when you see this image here, when we look at it this way, we see that from the time he took his, Betzner took his image, JFK's limo was right around in this area here. Well, just about, I'll say about 40 to 50 feet, that's when Mary Mormon took her photo. So you're looking at approximately anywhere from 3 to 5 seconds between each one of these images taken. So what I did was I went ahead and looked at the Mormon photo. Now remember, like I said, Betzner image we're looking this way, Mormon photo we're looking this way. We're looking at two different sections, and we're looking from two different locations. This is where supposedly the dog man is. Well, actually, this is where the dogman was, but actually we're not looking at this location. We have to look over this way because, like I said, when we point up, which I'm going to bring it up in a minute, of that image of that dog man, what they're actually capturing is not a dog man or a person itself. What they're actually capturing is a shadow, as you see right here, which I'll pull up this one here. This is what they're capturing, Betzner was capturing, was a shadow reflecting off of the picket fence. Now, what I did was I went ahead, as you see here, which I'm going to zoom in. This is the picket fence right here. The corner of the picket fence seen in the Mary Mormon photo. This is a so-called dog man that's seen in the Betzner image. As you see here, the shadows and the outlines is this right here. Here's that so-called brim and that hat right here and here. See this loop right here? Then we have another loop right here, and then comes out. This is what we're seeing right here. This image here and this image here are exactly the same. Same outline, same structure of this shadow. Like I said, when we look at this, remember, we got to be looking at it from this view, which is in the Betzner image. We're looking at this view. Mormon's catching it from this view. And when we zoom in and we line up that picket fence area, this is the corner of the picket fence area right here. And this is what we're seeing. That so-called dog man was not a person at all. What it was a shadow reflecting off of the picket fence area, because we have picket fence area going this way, picket fence area going this way, and we see the retaining wall right here. But remember, like I said, we're looking at it from this view here. We're looking at it from this view here, and that retaining wall and that picket fence is going to be right behind the retaining wall. Even the corner of that picket fence will be right behind that retaining wall. But Mary Mormon, when she's taking her image, she's separating the two from one another. But in this image here is basically combining. So see, like I said, when you're doing something, you look at something, it all depends where the image was taken at, what time that image was taken, and what locations. Basically, location means a lot. So when we're looking at this way and we're looking at this way, when we're looking at it in the Betzner image, we're seeing a shadow of a so-called dog man, as you see here. I'll move this back in again. Right here, we're seeing a shadow or the so-called dog man, where my cursor is. But in reality now, we're actually seeing, now when we look at the Mormon photo, we're actually seeing this right here, which is the shadow reflecting on the picket fence from the trees. When the sun was beaming down, this is what we're picking up. Your so-called dog man was not a person at all. Actually, what it was in fact just a shadow on the picket fence right behind the retaining wall. Because like I said, when we're looking at the Mormon view, we're looking at it this way, which we can see the separation between the picket fence and the retaining wall. But when we're looking at the Betzner image, right here, we're going to see the retaining wall with that picket fence right behind it, especially the corner of it. So we're looking at two different angles. That's why in here, people misunderstood, but it really is all we're capturing is a shadow off of the picket fence area. If you watch my cursor right here, this is just a shadow that's on the picket fence. As I point out here, which I'm going to zoom in again, I even bring it in closer, which I know I'm right down here, but this hat is right here. We can see how it's dark shadow here and it comes around and loop around here and here. This is what we're seeing here. Loops around here, comes out, loops back in around here, up into the hat. That's the same. And then we have this going down this way. We have this going down this way. Because from Betzner's view, he's capturing this first, which is the retaining wall, with the picket fence behind it. So we're only going to get this part of the picket fence showing right here. From here up is what we're going to be getting when we're looking at the Betzner image. When we're looking at the Mormon photo, we're actually getting a full view of that picket fence. So the so-called dog man, as they claim over the years, was not a person at all. What it was actually a shadow reflecting on the picket fence area. When Betzner took his image, that's what he was actually capturing there, was a shadow on a picket fence. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to tell your friends about us. I have a lot more I'm going to be coming out with. I'm going to also go over a lot of false claims that was made and everything else. So I'd like to thank everyone and have a great day.